I'm Dr. Paul Cleveland. I'm with Boundary Stone, and we're trying to help you navigate through what's often a very confusing world. Um, I hear a lot these days that, capitalism just doesn't work, and that what we need is socialism. And I'm kind of intrigued by that. I mean, on the one hand, I guess I can understand what people are saying if by capitalism really what they're meaning is the kind of cronyism or the kind of corporatism would be the word I would use that's speaks so much to the way that we do business in the United States today. After all, if we look back to 2008, these bankers made some very bad decisions, and anyone who really wanted to look into this would have realized that many of the bonds that have been issued by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, that those just weren't good, and that many of the mortgage contracts were written and where loans were made to people who really couldn't afford them and wouldn't be able to repay. So, and as a result of somebody else's bad decisions, our government moves in and bails out, the bankers. Well, wait a second. Who's paying? I mean, we paid. Now, the problem is that's not what capitalism is or what free enterprise really is. Free enterprise is pretty simple. I mean, it's just voluntary trade between mutually agreeing parties. That's what free enterprise really amounts to. And the more that government invades our space and gets involved in trading relationships, the less free enterprise we have. And I really actually prefer the terms free enterprise or free trade to capitalism. But if by capitalism we're talking about free enterprise, well, then we haven't had that in quite some time in this country. So, we need to be careful about terms, because when people then suggest that, well, we need to adopt socialism, I don't think they really understand that with corporatism, we're already in sort of the halfway house towards full-blown socialism, where government is controlling everything. Do you want every aspect of your life, like taking a trip down to the Department of Motor Vehicles to get your driver's license renewed, or to get a new renewal on your automobile tag? I mean, I don't want that. And if we have full-blown socialism, that's what we're heading for. And every detail of your life would be like that. I mean, it's bad enough now that what our government has done is provide so many privileges to large-scale corporations that in many cases, a lot of our lives are frustrating because, large corporations can be little bureaucracies. Now, they're not going to disappear completely. I mean, some things are best made in large volumes. We're not going to produce automobiles in our garages. It's better that they're assembled in large-scale plants, and because the per unit cost is much lower in that case. But when large-scale businesses also experience what I would refer to as maybe corporate drag, or in other words, diseconomies of scale, because they operate like little bureaucracies. And in that case, they're limited in the size they can grow to, naturally. However, when they get special privileges from government, they can get bigger and bigger and not have to worry about competing with sometimes smaller, more efficient operations. Well, so we ought to really think about which way we're going to go, because if we head down towards socialism, it's not going to be better for us, it'll be worse. And, I've tried, at Boundary Stone, we're trying to provide you with resources to really dig in to understand this sort of thing. All of our books will help you kind of see through the veil of big scale enterprises and of special privilege. Well, once again, I'm Dr. Paul Cleveland with Boundary Stone, and we're trying to provide resources for you to challenge and to engage your world and make it a little less confusing place. I'll talk to you next time.